All right, everybody, welcome. As we all know, COVID-19 has affected every aspect of our daily lives, from moving our workplaces into remote spaces and purchasing our consumer goods with a click of a button. Now, that's very different for those on the front lines. How are they getting the consumer products they need right now to fight the virus? So, food, beverage, personal care items. I'm thrilled to be joined right now with Cole Riley. I would love to hear more about this initiative, Founders Give. You really started this as a platform 3 weeks ago, and it has since pivoted and transitioned. So tell us more about Founders Give.
Yeah, so Founders Give is something I started up 17 days ago. I'm counting by days because it was so quickly that we really got this off the ground. Started off rallying some of these local brands here in New York that were having trouble giving product, and it's food and bev brands, grab and go snacks, kombuchas, cold brews. They were having trouble giving those products away to hospitals. A lot of frontline staff want these products, they need these products, and the brands were there, but they just couldn't connect the dots. So what I created over the course of a few hours was this little mini distributor where I could represent a few brands, maybe have a nice, a more direct conversation with the hospital because I could bring more product to the table. Now that Saturday, a few weeks ago, you take that and fast forward to where we are now, we're working with some of the biggest brands in the country, 240 total, Hershey's, Kind, Sabra, Chobani, a lot more in the pipeline right now. We're at 1.3 million products collected. We've got 2 warehouses, cold and dry, 28 different hospitals across New York City plugged in intimately, where we know the loading docks, we know the cold storage capacity, we know the real needs. We are at roughly 250,000 units a week delivered. We're facilitating all the tax information from hospital to brands. We're doing marketing and storytelling on the ground. It's a full-fledged effort that, again, makes it as easy as possible for brands of all sizes, no minimum requirement, to give to hospitals and to these frontline healthcare workers that need the products as quickly and efficiently as possible.
That's incredible. And you saw a problem, you created an opportunity. What are some of the obstacles right now that you're facing? How can our community help you?
So always looking for more brands and more product because there's never enough product. We have a lot of hospitals in New York and a lot of healthcare workers, and there's a lot of patients, and there's a huge surge right now at all of our hospitals. So we're always looking for more brands and more product, and we made it as easy as possible. Again, whether it's freight, mail, or even a personal drop-off to get that product to us. In addition, we need more trucks and we need more drivers. That's probably priority number one. We have a lot of inventory. We have a lot of hospitals. We need to get it there more. There's no better, easier way to
Yeah.
say that. We need to do more. I want to be at 1 million units moved a week. I'm at 250,000, and there's just limits on trucks. I mean, we can understand that, donating your time, donating a truck. Now there is a tax break that does happen for these delivery costs from the hospital will be acknowledged. So there is a little benefit there, but it is just a tough ask. There's a lot of trucking companies that are maxed out right now because there's actually a lot of demand to get product to homes. But then also just the costs and the social, getting out there. I understand you don't want to put drivers out there, but there is a big need. This is a big call to action. We need more drivers and more trucks. There is that tax break, but you are also going to be a part of this huge movement that isn't just, a few really cool Brooklyn brands. This is the whole food and bev community. We're also bringing in other product categories like Casper and Bombas to really build out more than just food and bev and solve other needs. But more trucks would be huge for us.
And you mentioned you've got 1.3 million products in the scale of a few weeks, if not
Yeah.
days. You've got 260, almost 300 brands participating. How many trucks
Yeah.
do you have right now?
I'll just be honest. We got one truck. We
And are
got
you,
one truck,
yeah.
and we are. It's insane. But we're doing multiple days of deliveries, and we're doing round trips. And you can see how we can get to 250,000 when you start adding on. You're doing 10 pallet runs, you're hitting 2 hospitals, 5 pallets each. You start doing the numbers. But wow, if we had a couple more trucks, and it doesn't even have to be a long-term commitment. It can just be one truck to come in and bust out a bunch more stuff, like on a very targeted route, 3 runs and then out. You don't have to come back again next week. That would increase our distribution so much. Now, I think 250,000 is noble. I think for a lot of people, it's like an insane number. It's like, wow, you're at 250,000. But I just know that we can move a lot more if we just had a little bit more help on that trucking side. But yeah, one truck, $250,000. It's really insane how we're doing it.
That's wild. And how can brands most simply get involved?
The easiest way is to go to foundersgive.co, and there's a get involved tab. You would message right there, just kind of saying what your brand is and a little bit of information. People just say, hey, they want to get involved. Try to get a little more detailed. Say, hey, look, I got 2 pallets sitting in a warehouse in Jersey. I need to move it. I'm ready to donate. Let's do this thing. And actually, we'll set up a call, me and you. That's the beauty of this whole thing, is that it's me. I'm the point on this whole thing. That's what's made it incredibly efficient. It's insane, but it's made it incredibly efficient when it's just me. So we'll set up a call. We'll talk through your needs. We'll talk through what you can do. We'll talk through the process, 15 minutes, be ready to go. And then you can get your product to us. You can also just follow Instagram at FoundersGive and see a little bit of the process on the ground, what we're doing.
It's such an incredibly noble thing you're doing. These healthcare professionals and emergency responders are finally getting products, whether it's a Neutrogena wipe, a bar of soap, deodorant, food, beverage.
Okay.
What has the response been like?
It's been insane. Not only because we're bringing product, but because we're bringing it with care, where it's tailored to each hospital. It's one thing to just drop pallets off and just say, good luck, have fun storing this yogurt. It's another thing to fill a very specific need where we know there's 2 commercial refrigerators. We can only bring so many cases, or we have way too much chocolate, no more chocolate, where it's a tailored donation. And that's different than other nonprofit initiatives. Now, I try to do as many walkthroughs post-delivery as possible. But doctors, nurses, just staff that are just working, guards and janitors and receptionists are so excited and ecstatic to get this product, because also a lot of it is premium products, really great yogurts, really great kombucha and cold brew. But just the idea of having products coming from some of the biggest brands and some of the coolest brands and upstart brands from across the country to them, it's just it makes them feel like they're seen, like they're supported. And for me, that's so rewarding.
What does Founders Give look like once this is all over? Because it will end. What is the future Founders Give?
Yeah, the future is expanding this operation. I think we've created something quite unique, which is essentially a pop-up distributor, just like a UNFI or something, where you're working with grocery stores. Well, we're working with hospitals, and maybe we're working with for emergency responses, kind of similar to this, but maybe not with hospitals, maybe on the ground. How do you streamline all this energy? You've got brands all across the country sitting down, talking to the executive teams and the marketing teams. Hey, we want to get involved in X, in this emergency response or this hospital need or whatever. And they don't really know what to do. I think we can streamline it and we can expand it so that we are solving needs and responding to crises across the country and mobilizing all these different brands to give through one streamlined effort, one voice. And so long term, I think Founders Give has a lot of legs. I think right now we're making a great impact, but I think it could be a huge impact for years across the country with all the brands putting their product into our pipeline.
You are a one-person shop right now. So walk me through what your day looks like.
It's a full day. So Mondays and Tuesdays, we're inbounding product. Wednesdays and Fridays, we are on deliveries. And so I'm at the warehouse almost all day. Right now, I'm going to be heading over to the warehouse. I'm at home. I'll be heading over there. We're going to be staging for 6 hospitals we're delivering tomorrow to, and working hand in hand with the logistics company, where I'm picking out certain skids and making sure that we're all set for tomorrow. I'm in every hospital. I'm in every, I'm on every street and every borough. It's been insane, but it's well worth the time and the energy.
Is there anything call to action immediate that comes to mind as a closing note?
Anybody who's affiliated with ForceBrands, whether you're a brand, whether you got trucks, whether you know somebody that's got trucks in the Northeast and they're just sitting on 4, reach out. Foundersgive.co, get involved, email me, and we'll see what we can do, because we want to bring more product into the pipeline. We need to get more trucks out on the road. But it was great talking. I'm so glad I was able to share what we're doing with the initiative, talk through the logistics, see, just explain top line where we're at with Founders Give. And we're excited to see where it's going to be going for these next couple of weeks.
Well, thank you so much for the time, Cole. This has been really special.
Totally.
Founders Give, we fully support you, and let's get as many brands involved. In times of crisis, people come together. So let's celebrate that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for talking.
Cole.